Hello y'all. Welcome to part 5 of my United States of America Monarchist Path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Novum Vexillum. I am also using a sub-mod called Novum Vexillum Global Conflict, and in part 4 we did some focuses like the White Palace and the First Amendment revision, and now we are getting ready to proclaim a new manifest destiny, but we do have to complete Imperial Ambition first, which has less than 20 days until it's done. But I mean, a new manifest destiny will take 70 days itself, and once we get done with that, that will open up a new part of the focus tree for us that will allow us to expand the USA and move down south, up north, and then also try to take the Philippines, invade the Philippines, apparently retake Liberia, and some other stuff. We may do the colonization. At the very least, we're going to expand south and expand north. I'm probably going to expand south first, so let me move one army to the Caribbean, well, to Cuba more specifically, where I'm going to keep an eye from Guantanamo Bay. Reason why I'm doing this is because we'll get a focus, we'll complete a focus called Pressure to Caribbean, which will result in us trying to, well, that will give us a war goal on Cuba, and we'll also seize some islands once it's done. And let's move this force here, Army Group 1. The bulk of these troops will be on the Mexican-American border, and we have some, okay, forget that, just modify Officer Corps. What can we do? Chief of the Air Force, CAS High Command, close air support should do us just fine. And let's move some planes here from this airbase to Guantanamo Bay. Is there an airbase there? Actually, I don't think there is. Okay, move them down to Florida, though. Have them stationed in Florida, then they can operate in the Caribbean and just back up our troops that will be fighting in Cuba. So get to this airbase, and this is a max level airbase in Florida. So tons of close air support, tons of fighters, and that should be perfect for an invasion that is going to definitely do a lot better than the Bay of Pigs, which was in the 1960s. And can we get these units here? They're getting down to Mexico now. 3 armies of the USA are. And most of our units are National Guard troops, although we have been recruiting a few infantry divisions, even though they're called motorized divisions, due to the amount of trucks they have in their template. But not to worry, we do have tons of infantry also. And let me make sure this army advances as aggressively as possible. Same goes for the 3rd Army. I'm going to assume we're going to be able to rapidly move into any countries we are invading, or just fighting in general, because we have tons of motorized and, I guess, mechanized tanks, all that stuff. Imperial Ambition is done. Let's now do a new Manifest Destiny. Let's read this. Manifest Destiny was the idea that America's destiny was to expand across and rule North America. Now we have realized that America's destiny is not only to rule over North America, but to rule over the New World. This entire hemisphere rightfully belongs to the willful and determined. Okay, so we're going to stop at nothing. America's going to change its name, and a civil war has ended in Iran. The Persian Empire lost, and the Islamic Republic of Iran emerged as the victor. That was like the second civil war Iran had in this playthrough, which is just strange, but I guess they got all their issues sorted out now. They have one clear leader, although it looks like they could have another fascist civil war down the line, considering I think the ruling ideology of fundamentalism is not as popular as fascism. And now the end of the Republic of Korea has occurred. Anarchism won. The anarchist community in South Korea has been established, and Thailand declared war on the state of Myanmar, or Burma, whatever you want to call it. And Myanmar, which is it's a junta state, they were fighting Bangladesh, I think, so now they're fighting on another front. And the Dominican Republic declared war on Haiti. Perhaps they're trying to unite up Hispaniola. And here is the anarchist community, the Korean Anarchist Federation. We're still guaranteeing them, though, which is fascinating, but whatever. We're also, speaking of which, we're also guaranteeing the Empire of Japan. So Empire of Japan, who is nationalist and anarchist, South Korea, are still technically our allies. I say technically, though, so I don't know what we'll do there. We have to actually go help them. I may have to cancel those guarantees. I'm considering my options. And we're building tons of nuclear reactors now. How many nukes do we have at this point in time? We have 9, and we're getting about 1% of a nuke produced a day, and we need to pick that pace up, just improve the amount of nuclear production done at any time. So that's why we have gone crazy just building tons of nuclear reactors in the USA. It's going to be totally radioactive. Just have the world go in a total meltdown when we go into a war with anyone. And do we have any strategic bombers over Cuba? I'm going to be very liberal with how we use nukes, for the record. And do we have any strategic bombers? Any at all? I need to find one squadron. I need one squadron, please. Give me one singular squadron. We encounter any issue, we're deploying some nukes. And okay, some partisan news company. Strategic bomber wing. These are in South Dakota. Bring these planes down to Cuba, please. Thank you. Get ready to go. Strategic bombing. And these strategic bomber wings are also operating here. And this is going to be fun, isn't it? If we encounter any issue, I may just drop one, cause why not? On Cuba. New political advisor. Who do we get? I don't know. Let's not worry about this. There's too many political related ones. Let's get a small arms company for a material designer and modify government. What can we do? Modify. Actually, no. We got to research something. That's modify government stuff. Is old news. We just did that. And now let's research. A new manifest destiny is done. The American Empire focus has been completed. Let's now do southern expansion. We should focus on expanding our borders towards the south. And that will take 35 days. Great. And research sought available. A war just ended. Mauritania now has a libertarian government in charge there since Senegal beat them. Can I get this unit researched here? Research, say, research paratroopers 2 to give a buff to our paratroops. Good. And let me check on Mauritania. Did they change flags at all? They got into a war with Senegal for some reason. Not sure why, but now they have a libertarian government in charge there. And let's check on Myanmar, who's fighting on 2 fronts. They seem... okay, they're losing ground, actually. Yeah, I don't have very high hopes for Myanmar at this point. Their Thai troops are right outside their capital, Rangoon. And that is... okay, they lost their capital, now it's Kachin. Yeah, it's not looking too good for Burma, or Myanmar. Whatever you want to call them. It looks like they're going to be made into a puppet sometime in the near future. And how is the Dominican Republic versus Haiti going? The borders have not changed at all. Like, no territorial exchanges have occurred. Nobody's taken any territory, just a lot of fighting, though. And the Dominican Republic is right at Haiti's capital, so if they can just take Port-au-Prince, that could end the war. Although, guessing by the amount of victory points they have, I mean the amount of cities that have victory points, the war will not just end if the Dominican Republic takes the capital. And southern expansion is done. Now let's do pressure the Caribbean. And what this will do is get us to annex some territory, I think. And we'll now have peace conferences over, and the Social Liberal Party is now in charge of Myanmar. And it says here all of the island nations in the Caribbean are not better than the United States. So integrating them would be a favor, apparently. That is what the focus said. And Myanmar here did not lose any territory. Ignore that event. Myanmar, okay, so now they're the Republic of the Union of Myanmar. They're now social liberal. They suffered a big blow there, and they're guaranteeing the independence of Laos? Is that what's going on? Why is their independence being guaranteed by everyone? Interesting. And I don't know why they're doing it. Okay, interesting things going on in Southeast Asia. Everyone's friends with Laos, and there's some disaster there. Self-defense forces became an army in Japan, so they're militarizing, it seems. And let's get an aircraft designer. Go with Northrop Grumman or Boeing. Do they provide any difference? What's the difference? Already the same? Let's go with Boeing then. Unassigned divisions. A new infantry division is here. Bring them to the border with Mexico. And pressure the Caribbean is about halfway through. Well, actually, not even halfway. It has like probably 40 days left. And now in the focus, well, research tree. What can we do? It's 2003. So we do have to keep that in mind. So what do we research now? Research ceramic body armor, I suppose. And we have some planes available. We are producing a lot of aircraft. We got the 2000s IFV hull done. We're making a lot of A-10s. I'm just going to use these a lot. Just a ton of them. Get these deployed. Get 3 new squadrons of A-10s deployed. And some Predator drones should help us out. We have so many. Are they like easy to produce or something? How many factories did I assign to Predator drone production? I don't know. I really Yeah, that's a little concerning. How many did I get so many Predator drones? I had almost 800 of them. Whatever, now we have like 5 new squadrons of Predator drones and 3 new squadrons of close air support. So deploy them here, do close air support when you get into position in the Sierra Madre. And let's move some planes out of, okay, those are aircraft carrier wings. Forget those then. Move these planes out of Nevada though. Move them down here, focus on Mexico. Do air superiority, do air superiority missions. Move these planes also in with the same mission, air superiority, and that's all done. Do I have any planes in Iraq? I had some planes there earlier. We had to invade Iraq. Well, we had a war goal on them. I didn't want to let it go to waste, and we made them our puppets. It's called American Iraq now. So let's move these planes back to the USA or wherever they, just put them in the USA and have them operate in Mexico and try to dominate the skies there. So that is the game plan. We have one air wing having to move out or something. Okay, there's this one here, just cast close air support, have them do close air support there, and this should be fun soon. Once we get that war goal on Cuba, we have all these divisions ready. Pressure to Caribbean is done. We've taken over all of Hispaniola, Jamaica, and America seizes islands in the Caribbean. Today, news outlets are reporting that American troops have landed on many of the island nations located in the Caribbean Sea. Reports say that American forces obliterated the armies of these nations. I mean, we must have obliterated them if we didn't even have a war for this, which are currently on their way to being annexed in the American Empire. So they're now part of the Empire. And now let's complete the focus attack, Mexico. So we're going to get into a war with them soon, but let's go ahead and invade Cuba officially. Declare war now. I think they're fighting, Fidel Castro is fighting Spain, who is like on this quest to unite all of the New World again, all of Latin America. They're trying to do a Spanish Empire 2, I guess, judging by the fact they're at war with Cuba, Ecuador, and Venezuela. They've been at a war with them for a while, but okay, we can form a faction with them, invite them to the NATO. Welcome to NATO. Invade Cuba, please. What will Cuba do in response? Cuba will, I don't know what they're going to do. They may try to join a faction, so if they join, say, the Chinese CSTO. Or does China have a faction? I forget. Let me check if China has a faction. They have the Shanghai Pact, so, I mean, Fidel Castro is communist. I think Cuba's communist. Yeah, they're communist. There is a risk if we don't win this fast enough, they could possibly join a faction. So rush and move on to Havana, and I think Spain wants us to help them with something. Forget it, though. And let's get some mountain infantry research done. We're going to annex all of Cuba, by the way. Rush on to Havana. Take Havana. Get past Matanza. Just capture it. Get to Havana. It has to be over. Those Humvees move so quick. And we've annexed. Well, let's annex everything now. Take these places here. Annex, annex, annex. Take it all. Is that it? Do we have all the states? Yes. End turn. Done. And world tension is now 39%. So once we declare war on Mexico, they'll probably be able to join some kind of faction if they want to do that. Let's move all these divisions now to Mexico and prepare to drive onward to Mexico City in the near future. Let's unpause. I gotta move some planes around, shuffle them over here. Spain left a faction. Okay, Spain, that's how you want to play. Move these planes here to operate in the Sierra Madre. Soon enough, we'll drop nukes if we need them. What am I saying? Drock. So we're now moving this army here. Army 3 is going to be fighting from San Antonio. Well, near San Antonio, south of it, they're going to have Laredo. That's the place they're going to be holding the line at, though, for the most part, near Corpus Christi. And this is going to be a very big push from us. This war, I hope, goes in our favor. And we just dominate the Caribbean now. We absolutely do. And what is wrong here? What's wrong with this base? So fix this. Why can I not? What's the deal with the naval base? Whatever. Let me move the Navy here. Put them in La Havana. Just put them in Havana for now. And they'll just be ready to go. If they want to clash, we'll have the U.S. Navy maybe fight the navies of the Latin American states of Central America. Since after Mexico, we will have a focus that gives us war goals on Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. And we are going to fight them to retake the Panama Canal. But I just want to get this focus done here. Attack Mexico. And that will take about 30 more days. So I'm just counting down that time. And then we'll have all of the U.S.'s army rush into the United Mexican States. We'll have 87 divisions versus whatever they're fielding. Let me check. They are fielding, let me see here, 22 to 86. I mean, we should be able to overwhelm them no matter what. I hope so anyway. I think we will what am I saying? Overwhelm them. They have probably around 50 to 60 divisions. We also have tons of nukes, so I will be willing to use those. But with that said, I'm going to end what is part 5 of my United States of America Monarchist Path playthrough in Novum Vexillum here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can check out Novum Vexillum and Novum Vexillum Global Conflict in the video description. The link to both mods are there.